The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here on this very sunny time. It was very freezing. We had ice, my driveway, which slopes down. Pure ice, just had to get out, get that salt out there. Anyway, here we go. We're looking at the Dow, up 110 at 49,105 on this Thursday, the 8th of January. More importantly, the 9-period moving average is still very strong. It made an all-time high of 49,621 yesterday. I'm wondering if there's probably going to be a peak D because there's no chance. I don't say there's no chance. There's a little chance that we're going to get to 49,622 today. We're at 49,120. I mean, that's a huge move. But in the meantime, what we're looking at is the Dow made an all-time high. The S&P made an all-time high yesterday. Today's pulled back a little bit. The S&P is down 5 at 69.16. Maybe making a peak E, but more importantly, the 9-period moving average is good. The MACD is okay. The stochastic's at 84. That's good. So there's room to move to the upside. I do want to look at the QQQ because that was lagging. And right now it's down 4.25 at 619.83. You see these two trend lines here? I call this trend wave inside track repellent zone. What we're really looking at is that the most recent high of 629.21 that was made early in December, about a month ago, that has to be taken out so that we can really start to see the 637.01 high of the October the 29th. The S&P and the Dow are making highs and the QQQs are lagging. You can see in this rectangle formation in the weekly chart what's happening. But most importantly, you've got enough stocks within the QQQs that were absolute fantastic winners that have been really struggling lately. There are some leaders, but it looks from the chart itself that there are fewer leaders than there were before. All right. We're looking at the IWM, which is the Russell 2000 small caps. Now, this is fascinating. Made a new higher high than yesterday. It's up $1.37 at 257. I should mention just for clarity, we are long for subscribers to the opening call. We've added to our long positions in the Dow. We're long the IWM. It's trading at 256.89, up $1.42. I'm anticipating that it's going to go above 258.20 very soon. 258.21 will be an all-time high. Now, this is going to be interesting because in the weekly chart, that'll start a leg G. Everything about it suggests that it's more likely a B, an alternate count B. So when it gets to a G and then it pulls back and makes a higher high after that, there's never an H. It's an A. Where did I see that made it so clear? S&P. Monthly chart, S&P, there we go, look at this. S&P, if that was a peak F in January at 6147.43, and then the sharp pullback that was in 2025 to 4835, let's just say we continue the names, the alphabet in sequence, then that would be a G. I've got an A, but that would be a G/A. And then an H/B, there's never an H. That's the whole beauty. It took me decades to really, it took me, actually, in that case, it didn't. It took me a couple of years to figure out there was never an H. And in fact, D was the highest I thought. And then eventually I said, oh, wait, you can go to an E, F, and even a G. Never an H. H means you've got to recycle. Well, this is absolutely a leg B in the S&P right now. In the monthly chart, it means that it's in a buy mode. It should go to at least a C and a D. So 2026 is going to see higher highs in the S&P. Where else did I see that? Let me just check. Rocket Lab. That's exactly the same thing that we're looking at. Look, Rocket Lab, RKLB, made a high of 73.97, and that was back in October, pulls back to 37.37, and then that was a G/A, alternate count, right there. That was the week of the 26th of December. It pulls back 1 week and makes a higher high. Cannot be an H. Therefore, Rocket Lab is in leg B. That's really positive in the weekly chart, a leg D in the monthly chart. And I haven't got the alternate count yet. I'm calling this an F right now. Had a beautiful opener today, and then it went all the way to 89.87. Now it's at 84.56, up 52. I prefer when Rocket Lab actually makes an early morning dip and then rallies towards the close. This is the opposite of that. This is a big gap. A big move to the upside. Now it's pulling back, only up 74. I should mention that we are long from the 48s, and it hit 89 today. So let's just go on to, so we were looking at the IWM, we were looking at that, and IWM says that I believe that this is going to be a leg B. If it can go to 258.21, I'm not giving you time. Hopefully it's within this week or next week. This week's only got 2 sessions left, so maybe next week. All right, within that context, let's go to the SMH. With SMH, the semiconductors, down 6.66. 666 was the low of the S&P back on March the 6th. The diamonds in 2009. Yeah, 66 was 2009 was March the 9th was the low at 66 for the S&P. Oh, yeah, just coincidence. So now it's down 6.52 at 378.54, but it did make a potential D. I'm looking at this and I'm saying semis usually lead us up, lead us down. There's a very good action. Oh, that takes me to the question that I had, and I'll get to it. It's a letter Q. We'll look at it in a moment, also in the semiconductor area. So most important, if you look at the rectangle in the weekly chart, I would like to see the semis close above the high of the week of the 12th of December at 375.59. We'll see. It's still got another 2 days to go. It's a long time. I'd prefer it because if it gets back into the rectangle, it says, whoops, could start to stall a little bit. All right, let's go on to the GDX. GDX right now is down $1.29, 89.78, holding quite well, considering that gold did pull back very sharply. Oh, now it's only down 8. Wow, it is relentless. And what's really important, I made a big deal about this, that the 9-period moving average, the green line, did not go under the black line on that very sharp pullback, which saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sessions underneath the 14-period moving average. And I couldn't put a down arrow. Theoretically, I really should put a down arrow at that peaky at 45.84. I haven't. But in the meantime, gold is holding pretty darn well. I guess there's a lot of uncertainty in the world. Silver, SI, now that's pulled back down 2.90 at 74.71. Want to look at high-grade copper. High-grade copper's made a peak F, pulled back quite sharply. Here it's down 0.09 at 5.76. Oh, look at this. This is the technique I discussed. I've had webinars on it. Very important. Look at that. So, break coming up. Let me just show you here. I don't usually type that in because it's a continuous contract, and that always changes. 6.1175 was the high, July of 2025. 6.1175. What was the high here? 6.1125. Just underneath it. This is the rectangle. What a beautiful example of the rectangle formation. I'll be back in a moment. Dow's up 142. S&P's up 1.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, so I thought I'd just take a moment here. I just wanted to show you something. I'm out of this right now because I was so busy with the show that I took profits from the long position. So this is the 1 minute E-mini. Look at that choppiness. Look at that choppiness. But look how important, this is the S&P. Look how important the 1 minute chart is, although I must say I'm moving a little bit closer now to using 2 minutes as the core, and then 5 and 10 as the longer terms. But look at this. When the 200-period moving average becomes so important, look how the market just hugged it. It couldn't then, it broke away, went to that peak E at about 8:30 this morning. Comes down very slowly, and then it becomes this real choppy. But actually, all that happened was that the 9-period moving average, 914, went right to the 200-period moving average, then pulled back, and then broke above. And now you've got the 914 crossing over, and you've got a leg D going to a peak D, and maybe we've started something new. This could be A, B, this could be a C, in fact. But what's most important is just some of those techniques that I've been using. And I had a question about, so Basil, you're starting to do some coding. Now, I don't do any coding at all. I'm using Chat GBT. But it's fascinating because it's done one thing for me perfectly. Thank goodness the late Herb Bruner did fabulous work for me. It actually just copied what we between the two of us, this is Chat GBT. I mean, we worked out something that allowed us to emulate everything that I had before, and it's done it perfectly. So I'm just step by step, I'm getting this done. The naming of the peaks, etc., I know that that's going to take a long time. Not only that, it's only one part of the Chapman Wave methodology. So I just want to mention this and update, and thank you for the question. Yes, I am seriously working on it. I've been waiting years and then decades to be able to find some way of doing it, because the trouble is, if you have a professional coder, I've found over the years, they get so caught up in something that is just totally irrelevant to the question that I had, and they spend hours and costing you a fortune, but they haven't even, they've moved more away from what you want than what you want. Not that they do it purposely, it's just that that's the mentality, the modal aspect that they're in. So I found that didn't really work for me. I'm sure there are people out there that could do it, but it didn't work. So this is so nice. And then they come back, the software package just comes back and says this and this and this. And so far, thank goodness, everything that I've asked for hasn't had to be re-explained. I've explained it extremely well because I've done it so well. I don't know where it's going to go, but I'm enjoying it very much. There are a couple of little things that were problems, but we'll figure that out. Okay, questions. So just want to do this quickly. High-grade copper. Remember, we're talking about that double top right there. So the Chapman Wave rectangle formation says if the price comes down very sharply after a peak, DEF, a major peak on the left side, and then starts a sequence of higher highs and preferably higher lows, but higher highs, there's a good chance in that I never used to do this. I used to say in a shorter time frame, but over the years I've found, no, you can say in the same time frame, it could go all the way back to right on, just under, or just above the previous high. And then you've got to be careful, because if it comes back and takes out halfway of the big rectangle, it can go all the way back down again. Well, we've just made the second leg D on a weekly basis, so we have to wait an entire week before we see whether or not the price goes above 6.1125 in the continuous contract. That was the high of the 6th of January. And so isn't this beautiful? But I never did this, and I was going to, and I thought, oh, boy, it was down here. Is there even a chance that it would get there? I would have done a left side, right side price time match, and then I would have gone from the left side peak D over there, and I would have had to find, there wasn't a very obvious, it's a lopsided move. This is not the cup formation, this is the rectangle. Therefore, you have to think of it as a lopsided, like a gravy cup, right? You have to find the plumb line somewhere else. So then I always look for certain candles. In this case, the candle that I would have had to choose was not the peak B, but just after that. Then I would have had to go click, and see whether or not it came in exactly. How about that? Look at it. So there it is, and I had no way to draw the left side to the right side diagonal up move in the Chapman Wave. This is the inside wedge target resistance, green dashed target resistance line. I couldn't have done it. I would have had to taken it from the very low right through there, and look what would have happened. There it is. So I didn't do it. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying that this was what I would have done. It would have been perfect, but this is kind of the way I would have had to do it. I never did, because I didn't even expect that when it was so low. You remember just a week ago, it was down at the 5.5 area. I thought, oh, come on. Are you going to? Well, it did it. And now it's reversed. This is high-grade copper. All right, let's get back to our story and a whole bunch of questions. The first one I'm going to get to is Q. So the letter Q, you remember I have this thing, every once in a while I say, you know what, there's so many different techniques to choose buys and sells. Let's just do the alphabet. So I'll go A. A is Agilent, it's doing great right now after coming back after a sharp pullback. B is Barrick Mining, all-time high just 3 days ago. C is Citibank, all-time high 3 days ago. D is Dominion. Where is that? Dominion had a triple top and it's doing okay. This is Dominion Energy, natural gas. E is always a mystery. NESPA, Global Energy Company, made an all-time, well, I think it was all-time high about 3 sessions ago at 39.35, and here it is down at 36, very sharp pullback. Wow, ABC, EF. F is Ford. Oh, I didn't even see this. Look at that action in Ford today, up 54 cents at 14.27, up 53 cents. Wow, that is nice. Look at that. With an instant restart, so this could be ABC. This could be a new leg C right here in the daily and a leg B in the monthly. G is, isn't that Genpact? Nearly at a recovery high, not an all-time high. That was up in the 56-ish area. Here it is at 48, doing very nice. Anyway, I don't want to go through all of them, but let's go back to Q. So yes, Q trading up 13 cents at 19.44. So this one, I'd done some work on it earlier. I did more work on it a couple of days ago, and then by coincidence, I get asked about Q, which is Quinity Electronics Inc., spin-off from DuPont Semi-Materials. I don't like when stocks have these fancy names that don't make sense at all. Quinity, what the hell's Quinity? Anyway, Quinity Electronics up 13 and 90.44. It had an IPO, and the very day that it had the IPO, it ran to about 105. What was the top? 105.40, and it pulled back sharply. Well, let's say it pulled back a little bit. It went down to 70. Did I put that in? 72.81. And then it goes peak A, peak B, pulls back sharply. Underneath it has a gray A, a gray B, and a gray C, and then an overlapping D, and the D went right to the exact, on that B, left side, right side symmetry. Look at that, beautiful. It's on the day, it made that high. So yesterday was a recovery high. I like it. So they have semiconductor materials. So yes, I do like it, and I recommend. So the question was, do I like it? I say, yes, I do like it. I'll be back in a moment. Dow's up 174.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back. I just want to update this here. Made a little 1 minute peak F, 2 minutes of D. Okay, so let me just get back to this here, what we're looking at. Yes, I do like it, but most importantly, the 200-period moving average in Q, which is Quinity Electronics Inc., a spin-off of DuPont, and does semiconductor materials. So to 94.71, how it deals with that over the next week is going to be really important. So yes, if you want to start a position, I'd say start your position here at 90.30. Would I have a stop? Oh, this is tough. This is one of those where it's making higher highs and higher lows, but it does have a pretty sharp pullback when it has it. And it is a leg D, possibly a peak D today. It did the 1-to-1 left side, right side price symmetry to that peak B right there. I like it. It's gone to the inside wedge target resistance line. That comes in again. If it's today, it's 92.38. If it's tomorrow, it's at about 92.47. But if it can move sharply, of course, tomorrow with the, I don't know when the tariff, I don't know if they're going to be, if it's a declaration or whatever it is, I don't know what's going to happen. All I can say is that there is so much going on that I'm sure it's not going to be clear. It's going to be a little fuzzy for the market. And that I'm taking that in. I say to subscribers, we've got our positions. We want to buy sharp dips, but we don't have to add anything right now. We did have one that I wanted today, which just took off, and we didn't get it, unfortunately. But it's very selective. All right, so let me do this. I've got questions coming in. I want to get to them. So it's very important. So there's Q. Yes. Would I have a stop? You know, if you're starting a position, I'd have a wide-ish stop. I'd have a stop of 88. That's kind of, for me, that's kind of wide. And it would be 88. And I'd even be judicious about this. It depends if it happens in one move. If it's 3-4 days that's going down, that says it could keep coming down. But if it just have a stop on part of your position, because you're getting in and you want, this is a position because you wanted to start to fill in and eventually take out the 105.40 all-time high. This will in 2026, I'm sure of it, because these spin-offs from DuPont and all these major companies, when they finally spin them off, that's usually when they are free to really take off. And they very often, look at Solventum, a spin-off from SLV trading at 85.24, spin-off from Triple M. We had this, we did great, and then just like 2 days before it was going to take off, for weeks it was just meandering. I said, okay, we're going to take our profits. Let's go on the remaining. Let's get out. Whoosh! It ran up to all-time highs. It went above. No, it didn't. 96.05 is the all-time high. But look how it's working. Peak, APP. Look at the monthly chart. Steady moves up. Stair step, pulls back, works its way back up. Stair step, works its way back up. So I think that's going to be the same thing with Q. I like it. So now it's only down a penny. Somebody's listening. 90.30. All right, that's number one. Next question came in. It was earlier on. I saw it in the den, ONDS. So ONDS, I've loved the stock. Just every day, almost every day I'm saying to subscribe, yep, I'd like to get it. No, we don't have it. And what did it do? It just took off. It went from the single digits to 1424. It's up 2.06 today, up 16%. This is wonderful. This is the kind of move that you want to see. Ondas Holdings, private wireless data and autonomous drone solutions for industry, and go, it's got everything that I like. But of course, that doesn't mean to say they can't come down. Look at AVAV in the drone situation. AVAV, AeroVironment Inc. drones. Wow. I mean, this thing was 417.86 down to 227.47. Now it's back again. Look at that. So yeah, they take off. They're like what do they call them? Horizontal moves. They can go straight up. They can go straight down. You just got to be real careful with these things. All right, let's get back to our story. So Ondas looks fantastic. I can only complain and say I had every opportunity to get in for subscribers, never did. No excuse. It just took off and it looks great. All right, next thing that we wanted to look at was where did it go? UUU. Okay, UUU is trading up. 19.38. I mentioned to subscribers that I'm back to being very interested in the uranium energy. This is Energy Fuels Inc. Uranium. It's up 37 cents at 19.28. So let me just update this. So look, let me just do this live for you. Here's the Chapman methodology. There's your starting bar at 12. Let me just give you this right now. That was the low of the 21st of November at 12.08. Goes peak A, peak B, pulls back. Remember, this is your starting point. You have I know people have asked me and questioned this particular technique, but it's the technique that I developed. I'm very comfortable with it. It means that every peak above gets counted. So you could have already arrived at your peak B, but under it, here's another, look, I call these gray. Gray A, right there. I'm not changing the color right now. Here's a gray A, a gray B, a gray C, and there it is, overlapping D. Let me just double check that we haven't got a penny difference. I think it's really close. 15.97, 15.16. Wow, there's your D. Just as well I checked that out after doing this for so many years. And there's your E. This looks fantastic. What is it trying to go to? Well, first of all, that gap high right there from the 3rd of November, which is at 19.89. I'm just going to go one step at a time. 19.89, and then the next one will be right there at 19.89. Oh, was that peak right there on the 31st of October at 22.45. I like it. So it was a choice I had today of UEC, which is up a little bit, up 4 cents at 14.47, or UUU. I think the chart pattern right now is favoring UUU, so I like it very much. I'd only say to you, if it breaks under 17.80, slides and breaks underneath it, that means that weekly chart is going to say, you know what, it could take a little while to get going. If it does nothing like it, if it just says, you know what, every pullback's a buying opportunity, then it should get to the 19.80, 20.25 area very quickly. Today's good is up 1.4%. I like that. Congratulations. I think you are still long it. Yes, you are. Okay. ASA is the next question. ASA is the South African gold miners, trading down 79 cents. So this is a little different. I'll be talking about that. It made an all-time high just the other day. Be right back for ASA. Dow's up 157. S&P is now down 6. Divergence.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds for both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
So we're looking at ASA, made an all-time high. So this is very important. I need to go back to show you something very interesting. The last high, this is I think it's 5 South African gold stocks. And basically what you're looking at is it's like a little fund, and I think they're registered in the Bahamas or something like that. So the high that was made at 36.14 back in December of 2010, that's only 15 years ago, saw a slide with a double bottom down at the $7 or $8 level, and then September of 2018 started another move to the upside, went to 25.48, and it had another tumble down to the 12 area, and then it started this really big move, and that started in July of 2022. You know, people are talking about the gold move of 2025. Some of these really started with their lows much earlier. So it ran up in the monthly chart to this leg E, and just failed. It's almost like a 2-bar reversal, but we've got a whole month to go. So 63.02 was the high of December of 2025, and 63.02 and 62.82. So just under it. Sneeze, here it comes. You know, sneeze, sneeze, sneeze. Excuse me, yeah. All right. So this is consolidating. There was the dreaded H1. What's the dreaded H? It's where it pulls back sharply from a DE, major top on the left side, pulls back, and then arches over and fails after a peak A or a B, and then comes down, takes it out. Then it has 2 bars in which to go above it, which is done. So this is consolidating. It's looking very good. Now, if you are long, let's just say you're long. The question was if I could just look at it. But, yeah, I'm just saying to you that at this particular level, it's where you can expect some kind of at least a consolidation. If in the next week it takes out not this low here, the low of the 2nd of January, which is at 58.79, but this cluster low right here from the 16th of December, which is 56.73. Let's just make it as simple as possible. In the next 2 weeks, if ASA takes out 56 and closes under it, that's going to suggest that you now got, and then I will draw this in. In fact, I'll draw it in right now, limited upside, just for the moment. In fact, I'm going to go a little above it and draw in the rectangle and say, that's kind of what I'm looking at. And there's nothing unreasonable after a spectacular move like this to think that you couldn't have a pull. You could even have a pullback to 52.90, well, call it 53, the 14-period exponential moving average, and there's nothing wrong. You're not going to get the green to go pink unless you slap down to 46. All right? So this is still I would hold my position. Now, would you add? That's tough. The reason why is it's speculation. Right now, it could go up, but it could go down. All the technicals are weak. The only thing very strong is the 9-period moving average. To me, that's the most important one, and that's strong. So I'm just going to say to you, hold it. Let's look at it again today. Thursday, Friday, tomorrow, or Monday. Let's look at it again. But so far, it has the characteristic of an H pattern, but it's just not doing it. It's holding very well. So that's ASA. Next question. Yeah. So, let me just do this first. UNH. So Amazon, you remember we spoke about it yesterday. I said, I think it's starting to improve a lot. It's up 2.63. So the question is, do I think it's going to go to the previous high that was made in the 258-ish area? And the answer is, I think yes. I think it's working its way there. It's just, it seems determined to take every pullback and move higher. But I want to see it close above this candle of the 12th of November of 250.87. The moment you go to 251.50, it goes to 251.50, and that 258.60 all-time high, which was at a peak C, which is still is it still? Yes, it's still valid because the low starting point was the low of the 17th of October at 213.59. So this is still all active. This is a leg D. So I do like it, and I'll just tell you the support that must hold is 234. In the next 2 weeks, if it pulls back to 234, that's going to be a sideways action, and it'll stay there for quite a while. So yes, I do like it. Next question came in. Could I look at? Oh, what did I do? Did I do UNH? No, I didn't. So UNH is trading at 345.60, up 3.90. This is the same sort of thing. Look, in the weekly chart, it made a peak D, and then it pulls back. Now it's making, so I could draw this in right here. I'll draw this in. This is the rectangle formation, which says if you come back down sharply in a straight down move, either the trough A or trough B, but it's really a straight down move, and then it start to move higher in a stair-step fashion, what you want to see, okay, so let me just do this quickly. A, there's your A, gray A, because it's under the previous high. I haven't got any signals yet that confirm that it's a buy signal. Whoops, there you go, A. I'm not going to change the color. It should be gray because it's under the previous high. And B. So let's do the daily. Went to D, I think. No. Don't guess. Here we go. A, B, C. That's an A. That's a B. And then it goes to a D. Okay. So it's at a D. The 200-period moving average of 361.16 is just so far away. I'm not going to talk about it yet. But what I will say is that the 9-period moving average over the 14 is good. The MACD is improved. The relative strength, this is the little gray line right here. That gray line is improving. Stochastics at 77, close to 80%. On-balance volume makes me a little worried in the sense that I don't see a follow-through just yet. So let's put it this way. If you're looking to buy United Health Group, I would say I would start, if you haven't got anything yet, I would just start a small position at 345.39. I just would not get carried away. It's doing what it needs to do, but look at the 9-period moving average. Look at this. It hasn't been there I mean, I'm going to go back all the way to the gap down, this huge gap down. I remember that was that news that the books were, I wouldn't say cooked, but they were half-baked. All right? That was on the move on the 17th of April, 2025, tootle along in the 589 level, and then bam, you're suddenly down at 480s. So that 9-period moving average was tagged once, right there, 381 round number high on the 28th of October. Then it pulls back, and now it's in a buy mode in the daily, but it's kind of struggling. I'm going to suggest to you my target would be the 200-period moving average is sloping down a little bit at 361. That's my target. The moment it gets to 355, 356, it's going to become a magnet, because the second time you get to it, that's where you break through. So it either happens now, or you're going to see this go down to 333 in the next 2 weeks. So I like UNH just in terms of its steadiness towards the upside. I don't like the fact that the drop in the rectangle has been severe enough for it to really struggle. If it held the high of 3 days ago in the 350s, that would be good. But this makes me a little worried. So I'd be tentative in starting a position. In fact, what I would do is I'd just nibble. I'd nibble here, and I'd have a stop. I would have a stop under today's low of 340.80, 5 points. All right, I'll be back in a moment. We've got a couple more questions to go. I'll be right back. ACN. I must look at ACN. That's always been very good. ACN, Accenture, I think.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Yeah, I'll follow through with Accenture tomorrow. ACN trading up 864 at 282.63. Nice action. There's the rectangle. I'd like to take a little moment to talk about it tomorrow. I'll draw it in, but it looks to me like it's rallying. It's trying to go to the 295, 200 period exponential moving average. That's the rectangle that I think is much more cohesive. It's much stronger than the other two that we're talking about. And I do think let me just do this quickly. I had a question about, Palantir. Palantir, look, it's a favorite in terms of the public. It's a favorite in terms of some of the fund managers from what I hear, but I think it's just stuck. And this is one of those in the category of stuck in the tech sector. It's down 387 at 177.81. It tried to have a good move yesterday. It's given most of it back today. I've drawn it in the rectangle. It's more an arch formation. It needs more to prove to me that it's back in the favorite category. It's as if it's favorite, but it can't hold its gains, right? So I like it very much, but I've stepped aside from it at this particular point. There's certain criteria I want to see met, and then we'll go into Palantir. But I just right now, I think I'm a little nervous about it. Then the question came in about UAVS. Yeah, this is UAVS. I've followed this for some time, never done anything with it, haven't even notated it. This is a nice move. Peak leg B today at up 44 cents, up 36% at 1.64. Yeah, this is one of those. So this is Ag Eagle Ariel, I think it's called. I had this notated at some point, and then I lost that. I haven't updated. Monthly chart looks like one of those ETFs, the 3 times long, where it starts off up in the 7,000. This is 18,000. And now it's trading at 1.64 as if it gets diminished every day. So all I can say is, hey, for the rest of the day, be careful. I think that the S&P's, the Dow's moving for other reasons. But the others, like Rocket Lab was up 5 and something. Now it's down $1. Just be careful here. I'm a little cautious going into tomorrow. I'd love Monday for everything to be okay, and then we're on our way back.